Hello, everybody, and welcome to Leadership Insight. Today, it is about empower your leadership, harnessing your strengths every day for career success. It is so important that you know your strengths. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about it, boosting your leadership skills, utilizing your strengths every day to advance your career is going to be paramount and crucial for you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you are watching us from. We thoroughly appreciate you. Again, today it's all about empowering your leadership by harnessing your strengths. I am so thrilled to be here today. I am telling you, make sure that you know what your strengths are. And then, two, making sure throughout your day, making sure throughout your week, you are utilizing your strengths. I am telling you, you will be more fulfilled. The job, mhm, the one that you go to every day where you're probably like, maybe I should call out today. Once you start utilizing your strengths, those feelings will decrease. Now, that does not to say if you are not in alignment with who you are, what you do, where you work, then yes, you may still struggle from time to time. However, I am definitely telling you, and I am standing strong in the fact that if you're using your strengths every day, your every day will become better. So, this session is definitely focusing on understanding and leveraging your unique strengths to empower you on your career and leadership journey. We're going to explore why knowing your strengths is crucial to utilize them effectively and the importance of recognizing and addressing your weaknesses because we all have them, but it's also how do we manage them? And so by the end of the session, you will have some actionable insights to make sure that you are elevating your leadership and your career. Listen, if you missed us last week, we talked about, dear people, all Black women are not angry. The truth about leadership. We talked about assertive versus anger, passion versus anger. And then where does diversity, equity, inclusion? I need you to embrace, don't judge. If you missed any of that, you can find the video in the description box below. So definitely you want to go back and listen to that episode. Again, today it's all about empowering your leadership, harnessing your strengths daily for career success. Our 3 points are going to be identifying your strengths, calling out your strengths, and managing your weaknesses. Before we jump into everything, let's do a quick roll call. Whether you're catching us live, whether you're catching us on the replay, please let us know that you're watching. If you have any questions, use the comments. My team and myself, we are definitely going back through the comments. And so if there is something that is resonating with you, we would love to hear that because I am here for the mid career woman that is ready to take her career to new heights. We would again love to hear from you. I'm going to start by sharing a quick story about harnessing your strengths in leadership. Listen, every leader experiences a period of challenge or struggle that's going to test their capabilities and their resilience. And so, if you haven't hit that, trust me, unfortunately, it will come. However, You're doing the right things now, making sure that you're equipping yourself so that when those challenges comes, you know how to be able to tackle them. Listen, when you are working within your strengths and within that realm, your days look better. You feel better. And so don't take it for granted and don't take it lightly. I want to talk a little bit about some statistics on using strengths. Some of the statistics, it increases engagement. According to Gallup study, employees who use their strengths are 6 times more likely to be engaged in work. And so we're not just talking about leadership. We're talking about period. Even just as if you're looking at yourself as an employee, if you're looking at yourself as a leader, because even as a leader, you're an employee, listen, okay, you are going to be 6 times more likely to be engaged in work when you're using your strength. Engage leaders also inspire and motivate their teams, driving productivity. It also drives morale. You're going to have higher performance. Research from Corporate Leadership Council found that focusing on strengths can improve performance by 36%, and leaders who leverage their strengths are more effective and better at navigating complex challenges. And then the last statistic I would like to share is about your enhanced well being. Gallup also found that individuals who use their strength regularly report higher levels of well being, and they are 3 times more likely to have a better quality of a life. And that is something we all should aspire to. That is something that we all should want better quality of life. Leaders who are well balanced and content are better equipped to lead and to support their teams. And so let's go ahead and jump into our points. One, I need you all to identify your strengths. You can do this on your own. You can also do this working with a coach. Let me tell you this, if you cannot identify your strengths, please stop wasting time. You can work with me, you can work with another certified coach, but do not waste your time. Some of you can listen to what I'm saying. You're going to be able to take it. You're going to be like, shoo, you're going to run with it. You're going to get it done. And then there are some of you who are going to say, this sounds good, but I need more. I need more assistance. Do not be ashamed of needing more assistance. At some point, we have all needed assistance. And at some point, if we're being honest, we still need assistance. Listen, I am a coach who has a coach, okay? And so it is okay. But what I don't want for you is for you to walk away and say, oh, this is great information. I took some notes, but then you don't do anything with it. And if you want that overall well being, you want to be able to manage and tackle the things, day-to-day issues, concerns, work, you need to be working in your strengths. And so the first step to harnessing your strength is to be able to identify your strengths. And this goes beyond just recognizing what you're good at. It's also about understanding the underlining qualities that drive your success. Knowing your strengths allows you to leverage them effectively in your professional life. And it's not just your professional life, it's just all around at home with your friends, wherever you go. Knowing your strengths will allow you to lead a more productive life. It's going to lead to increased confidence, productivity, and job satisfaction. When you operate in your strengths, you are more likely to be engaged, which, as we already discovered, helps you to lead a better performance and it helps you in your leadership. So, by identifying your strengths, you're going to enhance self awareness. Understanding your core strengths is going to give you that clear picture of your unique capabilities, helping you to make informed decisions about your career path and how to navigate the challenges. It's going to improve team dynamics. And if you're a leader, team dynamics is important if you are an aspiring leader, because you may be in a team right now, you may have a whole lot of discussion about how your team is running, but a leader that knows their strengths will improve the team dynamic when you understand how your strengths complement, how you're able to collaborate with others, how you're also able to foster this cohesive team environment when you know your strengths. And it also is going to help you to boost your confidence and resilience. When we're talking about strengths, we are also talking about making sure that we put ourselves in a place for achieving greater career satisfaction. You do that by knowing your strengths. Aligning your work with your strengths leads to that greater fulfillment and satisfaction. I myself am a certified Gallup's coach. And so, if you're interested in learning more about your strengths, feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave that information as well in the description box. Understanding and harnessing your strengths is such a powerful step towards becoming the best version of yourself and excelling in your career, and not just in your career, you're going to notice that you are excelling in life. Again, please make sure if you are watching this and you can't just start rattling off your strengths, what they are, then get with a certified coach. Get with someone. Don't just sit and not know what your strengths are. And some of you are saying, I don't have any. And that's incorrect. You do. You have them. You just don't know how to articulate them. You don't know how to pinpoint them, but you have strengths. And yes, because you're still sitting there saying, Sparkle Joy Coach Miranda, no, I don't. And how do I know this? I know this because I work with lots of people. And once they start uncovering and unraveling what their beautiful gifts are, you see, it's like watching someone light up on Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas, or light up receiving an unexpected gift. You have strengths. I know that there are a few of you out there that are like, yes, I hear you, but I don't. And I am telling you, connect with me or connect with another certified coach because you have strengths. Our second point is calling out your strengths. Once you have identified your strengths, it's going to be so crucial to start to articulate them. This isn't about boasting. It's not about walking around saying, yes, I just have all this strategic thinking. Oh, you wish you could think like me. It's not like that, okay? This is not what that's going to do, but it is going to, again, the things that I discussed earlier, when you're calling out your strengths, it is going to re energize you. It's going to give you that confidence that you didn't even know that you had. For some of you, it's going to increase the confidence that you already have. And so it's not about boasting in that sense, but it's about acknowledging your capabilities and using them strategically. The importance of this, it's about being able to call out your strengths This ensures that you are able to leverage them in various situations, whether that's from a team management and being able to handle conflict resolution. It could be being able to just help somebody else. It is important that you can be able to say, one, yes, I am this or I am that. And the more that you start talking about your strengths, the stronger that they're going to become. And when I say the stronger they're going to become, there are still things that you have to do. You have to understand what that strength is. You have to know how to strengthen that strength. You also need to know, how does this strength interact with someone else's? If I am strong here, how does someone else who doesn't have this strength see me? And so just knowing your strengths is just not enough. It's just the first start in this beautiful dance of learning, and it's important that you start. So if you haven't started, please get started. Do not leave this thinking that you can just totally do this on your own. Again, for some of you will be able to. And so kudos to you. Go out there and get it. For the others who are like, you know what? I do need a little bit of assistance. Do not be ashamed of needing the assistance, and practice communicating your strengths in a clear and concise manner. For example, it could be something like, one of my key strengths is strategic thinking, which allows me to anticipate challenges and helps me to develop effective solutions. And so that would be one way of being able to call out your strength. Our third point is managing your weakness. And when we say weakness, that sometimes is not the greatest word for some because it could repel a couple of people. You can also look at it, instead of saying managing your weakness, maybe manage your lesser strength. That's another way to be able to look at it, manage your lesser strength. Recognizing your weakness or your lesser strength is just as important as identifying your strengths. It's about understanding where you might need support or development, and finding ways to manage these areas effectively. There are going to be times in our career that we do have to manage our lesser strengths. We have to manage our weakness because it's just part of our job. It is something that you have to do. It's part of your job function, and you got to get through it. And so it's important to know how to manage that. It's important to know, when does that come into play? Can I leverage? And leverage would be being able to use someone else's strength in that area, but I also recognize, when we're talking about things on the job, some things we are just going to have to do. We don't always like to do them, but we can manage how we do them so that it is not super draining on us. Acknowledging your weaknesses helps you to seek opportunities for growth and to be able to collaborate with others who may be more confident in that skill. And when I say seek opportunities for growth, I am not one that says, if it's a weakness, that you must make it better. Listen, I use this example all the time in my coaching practice. When it comes to myself, can do math. I can. But you would not want me to be your math teacher. Oh, and so if I were to go back to school to get a math degree, yeah, you see my face? Why? That would be a waste of money. That would be a waste of time. I would be trying to operate in someone else's gift. I am not saying that we shouldn't do stretch assignments. I'm not saying that you can't become better in something, but if your sole focus is making that weakness its best, you may be exercising a fail situation. And I don't want that for you. So understand when we're talking about growth opportunities and our weaknesses, it could be more, how do I do this that I am not as tired? Or how can I do this in a shorter period of time? Is there a trick or tip that I need to get from somebody that's just excellent at this? And so know that. Please understand that you should not be out here just spending all of your time trying to make something that you're really not that good at good. And again, I'll use myself. I can do enough math to keep me to do what I need to do, but you don't want me to be your math teacher. And it would be foolish for me to just go back to school to try to get a math degree when I am swimming in somebody else's lane. That is not my lane. And so that's the way sometimes we need to think about our weaknesses or our lesser strengths. Also, develop strategies to manage your weaknesses and understand when you need to use and implement these strategies. So, for an example, and this is another example for you, if time management is a challenge, consider using tools like project management software or delegating tasks to team members with strong organizational skills. Additionally, be mindful of situations where your lesser strength might impact outcomes and proactively address them by seeking support or adjusting your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss another leadership insight. Today, we have explored the importance of harnessing your strengths to empower your leadership. We looked at the compelling statistics showing the benefits of using strengths daily. And I am telling you, if you are miserable on your job, one, you may not be aligned, but two, I can guarantee you probably are not using your strengths on a daily basis. And you don't always have to wait for a supervisor or someone in management. There are ways to work around still being able to utilize your strengths, which is another reason if you don't know how to do that, you may want to connect with a coach. So, we have looked at the three key areas: identifying your strengths, understand what drives your success, and how to pinpoint these qualities, calling out your strengths. You need to be able to articulate your strengths to leverage them effectively in various situations, whether you're an employee, whether you're in a leadership position, and then knowing how to manage your weakness or your lesser strengths, because it is important that you recognize those areas that either make you tired, take you a longer to process something. We also can mitigate some of those weaknesses or we can leverage them. And so those are the three things that we discussed today. I always end with a quote. Success is achieved by developing our strengths, not by eliminating our weaknesses. And so remember, empowering your leadership by harnessing your strength is not just about knowing what you're good at, it's also about continuously leveraging these strengths. You can know your strength, which I want you to know, but you still have to work on them. You still, these strengths can really truly become your superpower. They don't become your superpower if you just know them and don't do anything with them. There are ways that you can go about targeting your strengths to make them a strength and not a weakness. And so it's about continuously leveraging these strengths, communicating with them effectively, addressing any lesser strengths to create a balanced and effective leadership approach. Embrace your strengths, seek opportunities for growth, and watch your leadership and career soar. Remember, if you're unsure about your strengths, please reach out to me. I'm here to work with you and help you to discover and harness your unique strengths. Thank you for joining us today. Join me next week for more incredible insights and another insightful session. You deserve nothing but the best. It is my goal to ensure that you move to your next level. Let's take your career to new heights together.